All right, thanks everyone for joining. We're going to start our session now. And let me start sharing my presentation. Just a moment. Okay, everyone can see my screen and you can hear me well also. Please confirm if someone doesn't see my screen. Welcome on board, Joseph. Yeah. So thank you everyone. Thanks for joining today's webinar. So today's webinar is about the CCNA routing and switching course. The exam code for which one is 200-301. Yeah, if you can see my laser pointer. So now what is the agenda for today's webinar? First of all, we're going to discuss my profile. I'm the instructor of this course. And then we're going to discuss, is this course really for you? And then we're going to discuss what you're going to learn in this course, what jobs you can take after, attending this, completing this course training and passing the exam. And then we're going to learn that what is CCNA, what are the prerequisites to join this course, what are the exam topics, duration of the course, how much time it is going to take for you guys to complete the course, and how you're going to prepare for the exam, which is the exam preparation. Then the most important point, that how much money you can earn as a CCNA certified engineer. So welcome on board Saeed Abbas. So there will be people who will keep joining the session. So in the last part of this session, you're going to learn that how much money you can earn in Middle East, especially Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, right? So this will help you to understand what is the market value of the CCNA certified network engineers. And then in the end, we are going to conclude the session. All right. Having said that, let us begin. So who am I? So you can see my profile pic over here, and you can see the same, you know, video on in this lecture as well, in this webinar. So my full name is Muhammad Rameez Khan, and I'm an electronic engineer, by profession. And I started my career in the networking field back in 2006, right? In January 2006. Also, I have, gained the expert level certifications in networking. The first one which I got is CCI routing and switching. Then the second expert certification which I got is CCI security, and third one which I got is CCI service provider. So I have got 3 expert level certifications in the networking field. Then I have more than 15 years of experience in the networking field. Until today, I'm working in this field. Now during my career, I have worked on different positions, right? So what were those positions? So I started my career as an implementation engineer. So just let me quickly give you a brief. What was my role as an implementation engineer? I go to the site, take the network equipment with me, install it, power it up, configure it, right? Bring up the site, and then move on to the next site. Then I worked as a pre-sales engineer as well. So uh, what was my role as a pre-sales engineer? Basically, what pre-sales engineer does, it collects the requirement of the customer, and based on the requirement, you know I used to propose a solution to the customer, including the code, right? So that is the role of pre-sales engineer. Then I worked as level 3 network operations. Okay, so what is network operations? So if you have seen the big networks, right, for example, you have noticed the banking networks and the telecom networks, they're never down, right? So who is making sure that the network is running 24/7? So there is something called Network Operations Center. All these big companies have something called Network Operations Center, where a team of network engineers they reside, okay, and they work in three different shifts. So 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 every 8 hours the shift rotates, right? And there are three levels of engineers which work on the shift. So level one is the junior level, level two is the mid senior, and level three is the expert level. So I worked as a level three network operation engineer for a leading telecom operator in Saudi. Then I used to work as a services team lead. Okay, so if you guys heard about the Saudi Ujr, there used to be a company called Ujr Systems. I used to work there as a services team lead, where I used to lead a team of engineers and technicians for on big projects. Then my last job was I was working as a network planning and designing chief engineer for a leading telecom operator in Saudi. So all of my experience has been built in Saudi. So I have more than 15 plus of experience within Saudi Arabia, right? Then last year I moved to Australia. I started my networking journey over here. So this is a brief introduction about myself. Now I'm going to move on to the next slide. Before we move on, one important thing I want to highlight from the last 4 years, you know, I'm also working as a CCNA instructor, where I used to run my own academy back in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, where I used to, have the physical classes with the students. So, but due to COVID, I switched it to online-based classes now. So, and it is easier for everyone to, attend those classes online as well. Now, let us talk about, is this course really for you? So, and so this will help you understand who should attend this course, right? So I'm going to cover all the, queries related to it in this slide. So a person who is who has zero knowledge about IT and networks, he can join this course, and it will help him to build the basic fundamental knowledge of the IT and networking. So any person who is passionate to begin his career in the IT and networking fields with zero knowledge, then this course is for him, right? CCNA course. Now, second point, college students, undergraduate students. Just a minute, yeah. See, the bus has joined again. And fresh graduates who wish to get a thorough idea about IT and networking field and its future potential, right? So they can attend this course as well. It will be very helpful for them. Then the entry-level IT engineers who want to grow their career to the next level in the field of networking, right? So if you're already an IT engineer working in the field and you want to take your career to the next level, so this course is going to help you to go to that level quickly, right? Then the system engineers, administrators, cloud engineers, network security engineers, and IT desktop support engineers who lack basic network and switching infrastructure knowledge, who doesn't know how network functions, how traffic flows from one end to the other end in the network, and how to troubleshoot basic network problems. So this course is going to help you to attain all this knowledge. So now let's move on to the next slide. Now, what you're going to learn in this course. So let's learn about this. So this course, basically what it does, it covers all the exam topics of CCNA 200-301 exam, which will enable you to pass the exam also. Also, you're going to learn all the technologies which are covered inside this course, right, with practical labs. So this course will enable you to become confident in network and security fundamentals, in routing and switching technologies, wireless technology, IP services, network automation, and programmability. Also, it will help you to learn how to set up, configure, and troubleshoot real networks in Packet Tracer and GNS3 tool, and also how real-world network works. Also, in this course, you're going to learn about different career options available in the networking fields, what kind of jobs you can take, and why you must pursue your career or start your career in this field. So the claim of this course is it is going to make you from zero to hero in the networking field. And the next statement also complements the same thing, right? So this is our commitment. This is my commitment to you that once you complete this course, you're going to become a hero in the networking field, right? So you're going to excel in the networking field with the help of this course. Now, the most important point, right? So what jobs you can take as a as a CCNA certified network engineer, right? So a CCNA certified candidate can work on the following job roles. So number one, you can work as an entry level network engineer. So what is yeah? So just hold on. I think my voice is. Please confirm if my voice is not clear because someone had just told me that my voice is breaking up.
Clear. Your voice is clear.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Now the entry level network engineer. What is the role and responsibility of entry level network engineer? So basically, the entry level network engineer works in the field, right? So you work in the field with the senior engineers. For example, it can be something like installing the network equipment, powering it up, getting the configuration from the senior network engineers, configuring the devices right as per the configuration, connecting the cables, bringing up the network right. So this is the role and responsibility of entry level network engineer. Now the second job which you can take as a CCNA certified engineer, which is help desk technician and desktop support engineer, right? So what is it basically? What these guys do? Now, every organization, they have an IT network of their own, right? They have a complete network of their own where they are hosting servers, right? And where they are, yeah. So I'm just letting the new guys in also. So, yep. Welcome on board, guys. So those who have joined in the middle, don't worry if you miss the starting part of this session. We are going to share recording with you of this session at the end. So I recommend you guys, share your email addresses in the chat window. So we're going to email you the link of this webinar, the recording of this webinar, along with this presentation. So you don't need to note down the points which I'm showing you over here. You will get this file plus you will get the recording link as well. So just make sure you have shared your email address in the chat window, right? Now coming back to this point, so the desktop support engineer, right? So as I was telling you that every organization have their own network, right? So where the users are able to access the network resources, communicate with the servers and with the outside world using the internet, right? So who's responsible to manage that network and to run that network? If something happens in that network, if there is a breakdown or problem, who's going to fix it? So that is the responsibility of desktop support engineer or help desk technician, right? So why I'm explaining you each of these job roles, because the jobs are advertised with these labels, right? With these headings. So once you see these headings in the job advertisement, so you must understand the job description quickly, right? So this will help you to quickly know, hey, you can do this job or not, right? So you will be clear that once you pass, you can take these type of jobs, and once you start looking in the job advertisement, so you can quickly understand, all right, so I can do this job, right? I know the job description. So now the third role is network support technician. Network support technician, now for example, the big telecom operators, right? So how they run the network, for example, they want to establish a connection with the customers, right? So they send a network support technician to the customer side who's responsible to install, for example, the lease line connection on the customer side, connect it to the network equipment, do a testing with the service provider or telecom operator, hey, that the connection is successful or not. And once the connection is set up and running fine, then he handovers that link or connection to the customer, right? So this is the role and responsibility of network support technician. Now the fourth one is network administrator. So role number 2 and 4 are the similar thing as I told you, that every organization has a huge IT network. So, and who's responsible to manage that network? The network administrator or desktop support engineer. So desktop support engineer, they take these they provide the basic level of support. However, the network administrator is responsible for the end-to-end network, right? He is the one who's administering the complete network of the organization. Now, the fifth role which you can take or you can do is a network implementation engineer. Now, on projects, right? So the engineer needs to go on the site, install the equipment, power it up, do the cabling, configure it, right? Bring up the site as per the project plan or the design document, right? Do all kinds of necessary testing and then move on to the next site. So this is what you do as a network implementation engineer. Now the sixth role as is a network pre-sales engineer, which is also referred as design engineer. Now, what is the roles and responsibilities of this kind of job role? Now, for example, there is a customer who is constructing a 10-story hotel building, right? And he wants to install a network within that building, right? He wants to establish a complete Wi-Fi network. So all the customers who are staying in the hotel, they must get the internet access. Also, the hotel employees who are running around the hotel, right? They must have a connection to the network resources. For example, they must have a connection to the hotel booking system locally, right? And they must have an access to call the other hotel staff members using that network. So what that customer is going to do, he is going to, send his requirement or float his requirement or advertise his requirement in the newspaper on the internet, right? So the IT solution provider companies, what they do basically, they have someone called pre-sales engineers, right? They get those requirements from the sales team for sure, because the sales team get these requirements, these leads. Okay, there is a customer who wants to build a network in his new hotel. Now this pre-sales engineer, once he get these requirements, he starts working with the customer. He visits the customer site, take all the requirements, visit all the floors, how does it look like, how many users the customer is looking to connect, right? And based on the requirement, he is going to build a solution, a networking solution, and code this networking solution to the customer, right? So this is the role and responsibility of network pre-sales engineer or design engineer. Now the seventh role is network operations engineer. Now, what is the role and responsibility of network operations engineer? Now, as I told you, the big organization, for example, the banks, the telecom networks, how they are able to run their network 24/7. So they have something called a dedicated network operations engineer, where a team of network engineers reside, okay, in 3 different shifts. And there are 3 different levels also: level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 as a basic level, level 2 is the mid senior, level 3 is the expert level, right? So you can also, you know, once you have certified, you can also join as a network operation engineer in any of the telcos or the banking sector, right? So basically, you are the one who is running the network, okay, of that customer, and you work in the network operation center in different shifts, right? Maybe some time of the month you are working in the morning shift, and sometime you're working in the night shift, right, for someone. So this is the role and responsibility of network operation engineer. Now the last one is network resident engineer. Now on big projects, where for example the customer is building a big university, for example, right? And there are multiple campuses around the university, multiple buildings, and the scope is huge, right? And that project is going to run, for example, a year or maybe 2 years, right? Now, as a part of the project, the engineers who are implementing that network, they have to reside with the customer, once the network implementation is completed, once the universities start up and running. So as a part of the contract, those engineers, the implementation engineers who implemented the network, they stay with the customer, fine tune the network, and do the knowledge transfer of the network to the customer, right? So, and once the customer is ready, maybe the duration of this contract is 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. So then they hand over this to the customer, right? Or the contract of the resident engineer gets renewed. So this is how it works. The role and responsibility of network resident engineer. Now, let us talk about what is CCNA. So we all know, who should attend this course, what you're going to cover, right? But what is CCNA course? Let's talk about it. So CCNA stands for Cisco Certified Network Associate, which is a certification-based learning program developed by Cisco Systems. So CCNA certification, what it does, it proves that you have, working knowledge of IT and networks, right? So you have that skill to run the most complex network in the world, right? So CCNA certification validates that you are eligible to run and operate the complex network, right? And when you certified with Cisco, it's a living proof because the CCNA certification is pretty standard certification. It's recognized all around the world wherever you go, right? So it's an industry standard basically. So it recognizes and it builds trust that you are the one who meets the requirement, okay, of the networking role, and you have the skill set to run the networks, right? So this is CCNA. This is all about CCNA certification, right? So this CCNA enables you to achieve all these skill sets, right? Which is required by the job market today, and it certifies you for that. Basically, it gives you a license to work on the most complex network, right? And it gives a trust to the employers also that this guy who is possessing the CCNA certificate is eligible to work in and run my network, right? Now, what are the prerequisites to join the CCNA course? So as I mentioned earlier, it's a beginner level course and it does not require any previous knowledge. All right. So it means anyone who's beginning his career in the IT networking field, anyone who's a fresh graduate or undergraduate or even high school student can start taking this course. So all Cisco certifications, so once you pass the CCNA certificate, it is valid for 3 years. Means you have to renew it every 3 years, right? So now let's move on further about and learn more about CCNA. What is CCNA, right? So the CCNA exam, which we are following right now, it was last updated in 24 Feb 2020. And previously, before that, what used to happen, there were, you know, different CCNA tracks or different CCNA courses for different technology tracks. And then starting from 24 Feb 2020, what Cisco has done, it has consolidated all of them into one single CCNA track, right? So this is the certification path, which you can see, the Cisco certification path. So starting from the associate level, you see CCNA. Then you have a single course which covers all the technology domains. Starting from the professional level, you have CCNP Enterprise, means separate CCNP course for routing switching. Then CCNP Collaboration, which is the CCNP Voice, CCNP Data Center, CCNP Security, and CCNP Service Provider. So means starting from professional level, you can choose different technology tracks. Maybe you want to pursue your career in the enterprise domain or routing switching domain or maybe security domain, right? And then you can see the expert level certification, which I have got also. It is so each track has its own expert level certification. For example, CCNB Enterprise is also got a CCI certification called CCIE Enterprise Infrastructure Expert Certification, right? Or CCI Enterprise Wireless as well. Then, for example, CCNP Security, we have got CCI Security track as well. So each separate technology domain has a separate certification track, expert certification track as well. All right, so now let's move on further. Now we understand we have a good idea about what is CCNA right now. But again, I'm repeating this again and again. It's a Cisco certified learning program, right? But who is Cisco and why we are studying today about Cisco certification program, right? So Cisco is the world's biggest pioneer in designing, manufacturing, and selling network equipment. So this graph over here, it shows the worldwide market share of the enterprise network infrastructure, right? All around the globe, all around the world. So who has the biggest share in the world today? It's Cisco, right? So 41% of the network equipment which is installed all around the world, it belongs to Cisco. So now imagine if 40% of the world's network equipment is Cisco, then for sure the Cisco certified engineers have a huge demand, right? That's why you see a demand for the CCNA certified engineers everywhere around the world. It's the Middle East, whether it's South Asia, India, whether it is the Southeast Asia, Singapore, whether it is US, the Western world, or UK or Canada, right? That's why you will see there is always a demand for Cisco certified engineer or CCNA certified engineers. Now there are other vendors as well, which, for example, Huawei, HP, Nokia, Juniper, Netgear, Dell, and all other, right? So none of them basically they meet or they equalize according to the Cisco networking equipment, right? So for example, Huawei market share in today's world is 10% in the enterprise world, right? HP is 5%, right? So other competitors, what they do basically, they also recognize Cisco certifications. So if you are Cisco certified engineer, they're going to accept your certification and they will allow you to work on their network equipment as well because the technology is same. It is just there is a slight difference in the implementation only. So I hope this is clear. Now let's move on. Now we understand who is Cisco right now. But again, you might have question guys that why we need to follow the Cisco learning program. We agree that Cisco is the world's biggest here in manufacturing network equipment, but still why we are following the Cisco learning program. Now, this is the most important fact also. Cisco is also world's biggest pioneer in developing the best learning material for network technologies. Why is that so? Because Cisco invests huge or massively in its learning programs. So that's why you will find the best learning materials for networking technologies is always from Cisco. And other vendors also, they recommend that if you want to learn about the networking technology, you must study the Cisco learning programs or certification path. So that is the reason. So that is the reason most of the other companies like HP and Huawei also recognize Cisco certification. So if you're a Cisco certified engineer, you're CCNA or CCNP or CCIE, so you can also work for the other networking companies like HP and Huawei, and they will give you an option to convert your Cisco certification into their certification, HP or Huawei certification, by giving a small exam, right? Just to learn how same technology is implemented differently by HP and Huawei. Now, so now we understand, right, what is CCNA, why we're following the, Cisco learning program, right? Now, what are the exam topics covered in the CCNA course, right? Let's talk about more about CCNA course. So CCNA course, basically, it is composed of 6 different chapters. So the first chapter is network fundamentals. Second chapter is network access. Third chapter of CCNA course is IP connectivity. Fourth chapter is about IP services. Fifth chapter is about security fundamentals. Sixth chapter is about automation and programmability, right? And the exam code for this course is 200-301. So once you have, you have prepared and you have taken the training, right? And you have completed the training and you're ready for the exam. So you go and register against this exam course 200-301 in the Pearson exam centers. And once you pass the exam, you become Cisco CCNA certified engineer, right? So this is, the breakdown of the course. It is composed of 6 different chapters. So what I have done basically, I have covered all 6 chapters. The first and the last chapter does not include labs. So starting from chapter 2 till chapter 5, I have 50% of the theory video lectures and then 50% of the labs, right? So I have included the labs in detail also, starting from chapter 2 to chapter 5. Now, the exam preparation, right? So what I have done basically, according to the Cisco CCNA syllabus, I have covered all the chapters, all the technologies in my course. Also, what I have done, I have included the exam learning material, right? Exam practice material. So I have included quizzes, which will help you to validate the knowledge which you have learned from the CCNA course, and that will help you to pass the exam. So what I have done basically, I have included 600 plus practice questions in the course. So I have a separate quiz for each section with answers. So it means as you progress, you're going to take the quiz for that section, and then you're going to check the answer. This will validate that you have the working knowledge of that technology, right? And periodically I keep updating these practice questions, right? So this will ensure that you have the highest chances of passing the exam, right? So that's why we have a higher passing rate. The students who take courses from us, they have a higher chances of passing the exam because of the preparation which we provide. Now let's move on and let's talk about the course duration itself. So the total duration of the course is 27 hours plus, around 28 hours. So, and we broke this down. So we have 18 hours of theory video lectures. Then we have 9 hours of labs video lectures, right? So, so what I have done basically, I have first covered the technology in the video lecture, theory video lecture. Then I have demonstrated that technology in a lab with a step by step, which will help you to set up the lab step by step with me and configure the lab and configure the technology, right? Step by step and see the results. So total, I have 18 hours of theory video lectures and 9 hours of 9 hours of labs lectures, right? So total, it becomes around 28 hours in total. So this is the total duration of course. So which means this tells you what? This tells you that if you're dedicating 1 hour per day to learn this course, so you can complete this course within a month, right? So this information gives you that idea, right? How long it will take to complete the course. It will take you 1 month, just 28 days. After that, you will be ready to pass the exam, right? Now, the most important question, just a minute, let me just have some water. Hold on, guys. The most important question, that how much money you can make as a in the networking field, right? Especially in Saudi Arabia, in Middle East, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, right? So in these slides, I have covered that the salary ranges for the CCN engineers, for CCNP certified engineer and CCI certified engineer. So it will give you a clear idea, a clear direction that how much money, if you go into this field, how much money you can make maximum, right? So this will help you to plan your career, right, in networking field. So in Saudi Arabia, how much money you can earn in the networking field. Now let's begin CCN with the CCNA, right? If you are CCNA certified engineer and you don't have any experience, just a minute, hold on, yeah. And if you don't have any experience, you're entry level, right? You can earn around 7,000 to 8,000 Saudi riyals per month salary. This is on average, right? Now, as a CCNP certified engineer, where you're already working in the networking field, you have gained good 3 to 4 years of experience, right? And once you become CCNP certified, you can easily earn a salary of 10,000 to 12,000 Saudi riyals per month. As a CCA certified engineer, okay, once you're working in the field for more than 8 years, so and then and you got CCA certified as well, so you can easily make around 20,000 to 30,000 Saudi riyals per month. So these are the average salaries which you can make. And So this is, what is the real market value today in Saudi Arabia, right, for networking field. So this will give you a clear idea if you are, you want to pursue your career in the networking field. So you must know that where you're going to end up, right? Once you have, gained some experience, you have worked for 10 years, right? After 10 years, what kind of money you will be earning, right? How much money you will be earning if you grow your certification as well, right? So as a CCI, 20,000, 30,000 Saudi riyals per month. Per month is a huge money still, right? It's approximately 8,000 US dollars as well. Now let's talk about how much money. Okay, so I see still people are joining in. So those people who have joined late, so just don't worry, just share your email address in the chat window, and we're going to share the recording of this session along with this presentation file in the email, right? Now, how much money you can earn in Qatar, right? In Middle East, as in the networking field. Now in Qatar, as a CCNA certified engineer, okay, and you don't have any experience, you are the entry level engineer, so you can earn around 6,000 to 7,000 Qatari riyals per month salary. Now, once you become CCNP certified and you have around 4 years of experience in the network industry, you can earn around 8,000 to 10,000 Qatari riyals per month salary on an average. Now, as your experience grows and you keep working in the networking field and you become CCI certified and you're there residing in Qatar, you can earn from 23,000 to 25,000 Qatari riyals per month salary, right? So this is how much money you can make in Qatar as a CCNA, CCNP, and CCI. Now let's move on to Kuwait, right? How much money you can make in Kuwait in networking field. Now, as a CCNA certified engineer, right? As an entry level, you can earn around 500 Kuwaiti dinar per month salary in Kuwait, right? Now, you guys who are not familiar with the Kuwaiti currency, right? You are thinking, hey, 500 is very less. But let me tell you, you know, one Kuwaiti dinar is equivalent to 10 Saudi riyals, right? So the Kuwait currency is very strong. So 500 Kuwaiti dinar equals to 5,000 riyal salary per month, right? In Saudi Arabia. So as a CCNA certified engineer in Kuwait, you can earn around 500 Kuwaiti dinar per month, okay, as an entry level engineer. Now, as CCNP certified engineer, where you have obtained 3 to 4 years of experience, you can earn around 750 Kuwaiti dinar per month salary. And as a CCI certified engineer, where you have more than 8 years of experience, you can earn around 1,300 to 1,700 Kuwaiti dinar per month salary. Now let's talk about Bahrain. How much money you can make in Bahrain? Same thing. Bahrain currency is so strong. One Bahraini dinar is equivalent to 10 Saudi riyals. So as a CCNA certified engineer, on an entry level, you can make 500 Bahraini dinar per month. As a CCNB certified engineer, where you have 4 years of experience, you can earn 850 Bahraini dinar per month salary. And as a CCI certified engineer with more than 8+ years of experience, you can make 1,600 to 2,400 Bahraini dinar per month salary. All right. So this was all about the salaries which you can make in Middle East. So I hope this gave you a clear idea. Now, so this is, this does not stop here, right? Now, what I have included in these course, I have included some hand adds on, right? So which is going to add extra value in, to your learning. So what I have done in this course, basically, this course is going to build a real world skill, networking skill in you. It's not theory, it's a complete lab practical based course as well, which is going to, build a real world networking skill in you, okay, which will help you in the field, which is going to help you to, pass the interviews as well. Second, in this course, the second biggest add-on which I'm offering, that I'm supporting you till you pass your CCNA exam. I have included the practice questions, okay? And once you have completed all the practice questions, you can come back to me, okay? That when you're planning for the exam, and then I'm going to support you, right? If there is any new update about the practice questions, so to making sure that you have the access to the latest practice question, which will help you to pass the exam, right? Now, the now my students, now whoever gets enrolled into this course, what I'm offering to them, I'm offering 1 hour live question and answer session every week where the student comes, right? They raise questions. So if they're taking my course, if they have some queries about the course, they're not clear about a technology or lecture, so they can raise the questions and I can answer it out during the 1 hour live weekly session. Now, the fourth add-on which I'm offering is a CV enhancement or resume enhancement service, right? So what I'm going to do with my students, right? I'm giving this service, so I take their CVs, I enhance them, so this will increase your chances of getting hired, right, by the uh, by the employers, right? So I make sure I review your CV, I highlight the weak points, and then I help you to optimize that CV, which will increase your chances of getting hired, right? The fifth most important add-on which I'm offering also in this course, so people who enroll into my course, I'm also helping them for the job interview preparation tips and tricks, right? So once you get an interview call, I'll help you by giving you tips and tricks, which will help you to pass the job interview as well, right? Now, so these are the five add-ons which I am offering, to those students who get enrolled into this course. So this course is going to build a hands-on networking skill. It is so this course is also going to provide you support till you pass the exam. You get a chance to connect with with the instructor every week in the live question and answer class. You will get a CV enhancement service, and then you're also going to get the tips and tricks for the job interview, right? Now, I have just included few tips for you just to give you an idea, right? So especially how to land a job in the networking field. Now, this is very important, guys. If you read the heading, who you know, not what you know, can get you jobs. And this is true everywhere, right? In Middle East, in everywhere, right? So you must possess a basic skill, that's fine. But once you have the skill, you must know the people inside the company, right, to get the job. You must have references. So as an example, there was a research done by LinkedIn, right? So the 70% of the people who get hired in a company, basically they have already a connection in a place, means they know someone already in the company who is pushing their CV, right? Even though they have the right skill, but at the end of the day they know someone inside that company. So always make sure, I used to do this mistake in the early days of my career. Always, if you're targeting, for example, a company, always try to make connections in that target company where you're looking for a job, right? Especially with the management people, not with the lower staff, because you need to, get some connections, make some connections with the key management people, for example, the hiring manager or technical managers, right? Because these are the guys who hire people, right? And you can socialize with them, you can meet them. For example, there are huge technology events, right? The Cisco Live Connect or seminars where you can where the companies are displaying, their stalls. You meet those companies, right? You get to know their staff, and for sure in the big company stall in a tech event, you will see their management people as well, right? So you can get their cards, you can introduce yourself and start from there. You can start socializing, right? You can take them on coffee outside, right? And once there is an opening in that company, for sure that same person which you're socializing with, he will be the first person to give you a call. Hey, I have this opening, and I think it will be a good fit for you. So please apply, and I'm going to recommend you. So this is how it happens in Middle East and all around the world, right? So I think this point should give you motivation, and and this will this will help you to secure your job quickly in the networking field, right? Now, another important fact which I've covered that at most desirable companies, this number is higher. Means for bigger companies, if you know someone, then it increases your chances by 95%, right? There is also a study done by the ATS. ATS is the automatic, you can say, filtration system, right? That once you have interview is done, there are 20 times more chances of for you to of getting hired if you know someone, right, in that company. If you know, if you're trusted by, if you know someone, who's close to hiring manager, or you know the hiring manager directly, it increases your chances by 50 times. So make sure in your career, whether you take this course or not, right? In your career, so once you have the skill, you will not get the job only based on your skill. You will get the job also based on your references. Who do you know, right, in those companies? So always remember that. Now, I'm going to share a few tips, okay, in this slide, that how you can enhance your CV. So now, when you see a job advertisement, right, you see something called job description with that job advertisement. So your skill set in your CV must match with with that job description. If it doesn't match, then for sure, why will someone look at your CV, right? So you need to make sure when you're applying for a job, you look at the job description and you make sure that those skills listed on in the job description, it is included in your CV. Otherwise, your CV is going to be filtered by the ATS tool. There are a lot of automatic tools, and even though if it pass that filtration tool, it goes to the hiring manager or the recruiter. Recruiter will look at the CV only for 10 seconds, right, or 30 seconds. So your CV will get a review of only 10 or 30 seconds. So if those skill set are missing, no one is going to go for the university. It will be thrown away, right? So make sure that your skill set mentioned in the CV, it must match with the job description which you're looking for. So as I told you, a recruiter or hiring manager just takes 10 seconds to view your CV before moving to the next CV. So you must remember that, and always enhance your CV based on these tips. So the last slide. So if this introduction about CCNA inspires you, motivate you to join the networking field, then this course is for you. And you can join this course today using this link. So I have hosted this course on the Teachable platform. So once you click on this link, I'm going to share this link in the chat window as well. So you can go through the details of the course. So once you visit, so this is the landing page of my course. It will give you all the details, okay, of the course. I can show you also. And you can see over here, there is a coupon code called 5 off, right? So the original price of the course is $24.99, right? And once you apply this coupon code, this which is for a limited time offer, you will get a discount of $5. So the total cost of this course will become 20 US dollars. Also, right away you can, if you have any questions, you can WhatsApp me on this number. This is my Australian number. So you can contact me on this number. So for any queries, anything, right? So before I show you my course, so my course also is listed on Udemy, okay, where I have a rating of 4.4, and I have 4,000, more than 4,500 students which are which has taken my course, right? So and there are good reviews which you can see. So I have more than 80,000 minutes taught on Udemy as well. So this is a strong reference for me. So my course is already a hot seller on Udemy as well. So before I go to the question and answer, let me show you, hold on, about this. Once you click on this course, let me first copy paste this link for you so you can start looking at it immediately. So just a minute, hold on. Yep. Okay, where is the chat window? Yep. So now once you click on this link, it will take you to my landing page. Okay, so you can see over here, this is the landing page of my course. Okay, we can read all the details. CCNA course introduction. This is the preview video. It's an introduction video, a 1 minute animation telling you about the course, the syllabus of the CCNA course. There are some free videos you can preview before enrolling. And once you have enrolled, then you can start attending the course by clicking this start button will become visible for you once you log in, once you enroll into the course, once you buy the course. So you can see there are quizzes also for each section. So total I have, 6 chapters. So this is chapter 1 only, and then the remaining chapters are there, right? If you see expand more, chapter 2, all the courses with the labs, you can see the labs as well. Then chapter 3, you can see the technology topics in the labs. Chapter 4, chapter 5 as well, you can see security fundamentals and its topics, and chapter 6, right? Then this is course special price machine. So you can see this is the price of the course. Okay, and I mentioned in addition to this course, the add-ons which you will get, which I have explained to you in the slides. CCNA quiz practice exam, instructor support till you pass the exam, 1 hour question and live session every week, job interview preparation tips and tricks, right? And this is my profile also shown over here, and what you are going to learn. So all the details are covered in this course, right? So once you click on enroll now, it will take you to the payment window. Okay, if you see over here, okay, so 24.99 is the value of this course. Okay, so if you add the coupon code, all right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to activate this coupon code after this session, so it will give you a discount. Okay, so and just a minute, I think there is one more already active. All right, yeah, so I will activate this 5 off code right now after the course, so which will, once you apply it, you will get a discount. Okay, and the price will be reduced to $20, and then you can use either PayPal or your credit card, debit card to enter your information, and then you can, sorry, click on buy now address, and once you buy now, you will be enrolled automatically into the course, and you can start taking the course immediately, right? So this was all about the course, and now let's move on to the question and answer section, which is very important. And thank you guys for staying with us, and reaching this far. What you guys can do, uh, uh, first thing before raising the question, I want all of you to share your email addresses, people who have attended this course. So we are going to share this recording of this session, WebEx session with you over the email, plus the slides which I've shown you. We're going to share this PowerPoint slide with you also over the email. So make sure you have you know written down your email address in the chat window. Yeah, so uh having said that, so let me there is also, I'm giving you an option. You can raise your questions, or you can ask your question directly over here as well. So I will stop sharing my screen right now, and I want you guys to start asking sections. So yeah, so I have received one question. You can see there are two options. Either you can type the question which you need to ask, and also you can ask directly right now with me. So Usman, you were asking something. Tell me about the net. What's the purpose of that? Again, so this is a particular topic which you're talking about, network address translation. Basically, network address translation means that basically there are private IP addresses and public IP addresses, right? So on the local network using private IP address. So to enable your packets to go onto the public network on the internet, your IP address must be translated to a public IP address. This is where we use network address translation, right? So Is there any question about the course? You can ask using the quiz section, or you can type in the chat window, or you can ask right now. So you have this opportunity. Abdul Samad, Faz, Sid, Bilal, Said Abbas, Alexander. Please feel free to ask any question.
Sir, you will come online during course?
So this is, as I told you, this is a recorded course where I have recorded video lectures, okay, and step-by-step labs as well. All right, and so what are you going to do? This is a self-paced course, means whenever you have time, you start taking my video lectures, okay, for the technology in the labs, and every week I'm going to come online, okay, for the question and answer queries, right? So I have a live question answer session every week. So for example, if you have any query about the course about a particular topic, you can raise it over there and I can answer those queries over there, right?
Thank you, got it.
All right. Yes, guys, any more questions? Alexander said, Bilal, Said Abbas, Abdul Samad, Faz. So coupon code 5 off, we are going to activate it after this session and it will be activated for a limited time period. Yeah. So I'm giving you guys a few more minutes. So please feel free to ask any question about this course here. And by the way, guys, just one important update as well. Uh, I'm preparing more courses. Okay, so CCNA is basically the starting level course in the networking field. So I'm preparing more courses which are on in demand, hot in demand. For example, the Fortinet firewall courses, right? So which will add extra value or extra skill set to your experience, right? So Fortinet, Palo Alto, I'm preparing courses for that, and I'm going to upload them soon also. So means I'm going to offer you the hottest skills, which are in demand in the market as well. But the basic one, the most important one is the networking, right? So you must have networking course to go ahead with other courses as well. All right, guys, any more further questions? Okay, so let me see the email addresses I got. Okay, so I got only one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I got 5 email addresses. So any one of you who have not shared the email address, please, type your email address in the chat window. Yeah. Yeah, I think Saeed Abbas, Abdul Samad, Joseph, Nicholas, Alexander said we did not receive your email address yet. So if you can type in the chat window. Uh, uh, so it will be easier for us to, share this content with you, the recording of this session webinar and the PowerPoint slides with you, right? So anyone, I think Sid, he has, yeah, Alex has sent. Who else is remaining? Please, share it right now over here, so it will help us, to send this important valuable content to you guys. Okay, so I got the email addresses of Usman Ali, Shokan, and yeah, Bilal, Faiz Mandil. Yep. So Enoch, yeah. So Abdul Samad, Said, Alexander, yeah. All right, guys. So I think it's been 5 minutes now since I've completed the session. So thank you so much. First of all, I would like to congratulate you to attend this session, and this shows your commitment, to pursue your career in the IT networking field. And uh, and I wish you good luck. I'm confident that you will start your journey in the networking field, and this session is going to enable you to start your career in the networking field, right? So once again, I'm looking forward for you guys to join this course, right? So I see an email address over here, Sayed. So did you type this over here or not? Let me just type it right now over here. ZAIDHAMABBAS 12 at. So this is your email address, right? Sayed ZAIDHAMABBAS. All right, got it now. Once again, guys, thank you so much. So we're going to share the coupon code with you, the PowerPoint file, and the recording of the session. Looking forward, to for you guys to enroll into the course. Once again, thank you so much, and feel free if you have any query later on. You have my WhatsApp number. We're going to share this in the email with you, so you can connect with me over the WhatsApp. If you have any type of query, you can just send it on WhatsApp, and I'm going to reply you back. Wishing you all the best. Have a good night, guys.